Hello viewers, welcome back to Mom and Jess Talk Show. So in light of motherhood series, we have an interesting episode to share with you titled A Mother's Influence. By God's grace, I have an amazing mom here, a mom of two wonderful children. She will soon be a granny as you're seeing her. She doesn't look like one. She's really looking good, taking good care of herself, and yeah, she will have her first child, her first daughter, has just been engaged by God's grace. And I just felt, this I need a matured mom, to let us or share with us the insights behind, a mother's influence on the children and the family as a whole. Yeah. So please remember to subscribe to this channel as we begin, and sit back, relax, and catch up with Dr. Mrs. Claudine in the house.
Thanks, Ella. Thanks, Doc. Thanks you so much. Thanks for inviting me.
So let's hit the show. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, so how could you best describe a mother's influence?
Wow, that's a big one, but I think a mother is everything, because at the end of the day, you are the child sort of 24/7. From the time you conceive that child in your stomach, 9 months, and most of the time we know that it's moms who take care of children. So your influence is very big, and at times we see, even when people have done good in their life, eventually they would always say it comes down to my mom. So I do think mothers have a great influence on their kids, and that their kids are also, the way the kids behave, it's mostly down to the influence of their mom as well.
Thank you so much for that. So what are those roles you think mothers ought to play in making a positive influence in the lives of their children?
I do think, even as you love your children, you have to ensure that you also discipline them as well. Because I think that's a shortcoming of most moms. In like, because I love my son or my daughter, you let them do wrong things. It's wrong. You let them do wrong things, but it's like you think, oh, I cannot talk with him or her. I cannot withhold privileges because I love.
Right.
Even as you love, but you have to what is known as tough love as well. Tough love means that you love your child, but you ensure that you discipline your child. Because at the end of the day, the child has to go away, and the child goes into the public one, and everyone was like, if your child is good, everyone would actually say that's a good child. He or she comes from a good home, they will commend the child. But when the child is bad, it's also, they look down, they also look to the family, and even look, like, what sort of mother is that? So these are the things that we need to consider as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. And I believe for you to make good positive influence on your children, your mother must have,
yes, my mom. My mom is my role model.
Share with us,
if I am because of who I am today, it's because of my mom. Growing up, she was very passionate about education. My mom really comes from a very poor family, but one thing she was passionate about, that when she has children, whether it's boys or girls, she doesn't care. She would ensure that they're educated, because she always says, because she was educated, that was what actually helped her in life to become someone. And so because of that, she was passionate about it, and she was always like, we always think that she was a bit too tough because she was a disciplinarian. But I think that helped me.
It helped you,
because now she's no longer alive, but there are things I cannot do. Like I hesitate to even lie. I wouldn't want to lie, because my mom has instilled in me that do not lie.
It's wrong.
So up to this day, I find it hard, like, to lie or to steal. I don't know which to do there. But I'm just saying, because she's instilled those values in me, these are things I cannot do. I cannot even be corrupt, because my mom abhors those things, and because of that, things I just cannot do. And these are the things I also instill to my children.
Wow. I was about to ask, what roles have you played, like, in the lives of your children, as help them?
I've always been there for them as a mom, as a mentor, as a humanitarian as well. Because I think one thing that's touched me, that's made me realize that, I've raised my kids well. We spoke, I am a humanitarian, as you know.
Right.
And I think my daughter went home to Sierra Leone with me, and she visited some hospitals, and she saw that some moms had actually just give birth, and they don't even have anything for their children. The children are born there with nothing, not even like a coverlet or something. And then when she came back, she was so troubled about this. So when we came back from holidays in Sierra Leone to South Africa, she said, Mom, I'm going to do something. She bought bags, and she sold those bags. And she even like challenged people to say, these bags, I'm selling them at a higher price because the money is for charity. And she raised that money
herself to do
that. She did, and she sent the money back home. And those things were bought, like bags for these kids. And I was lucky then at the time the donation was made, I was home at that time. So I actually donated on her behalf. And I saw the impact it made. These moms, these newborns were like just 1 minute, 2 minutes old. We were giving the moms this bag as soon as they were coming from the labor. And these moms we were blessing her. I told them it's not from me.
My goodness.
It's from my daughter.
And I can see the blessings going.
And they were blessing. So that alone made me realize that, you know, I must have trained, I must have influenced her positively. Because how many kids at that age are going to do something like that? They'll just use the money for other things.
Oh my goodness.
And now she's also on another drive to do another donation.
Bigger ones.
Yeah.
And bigger ones.
So these are some of the positive influences.
You know? Yeah, because I was about to ask why there's need for mothers to, you know, set good examples.
You need to set good example, yes. Or even my son, he would say, you know, Mom, I'll never beat a woman. I'll never, you know, because these are the things that she sees. You know, on the way we are respectful to, even you yourself as a mom has to be a role model. Because it's the way you behave to your husband or the people around you. That's what your people are going, your children are going to copy. So be positive, and then they would also copy positive things from you.
Okay, perhaps you might share with us some essential qualities you think mothers ought to portray. As you said, they watch, children see. It's not about what we say, but our actions, our gestures, and all that. So what are some of these qualities you think mothers ought to
I do think, first of all, mothers should show love. Love is very important. Then you also need to be a bit disciplined. I mean, we should be able to be a bit tough with your kids. I think that is necessary as well. Then you should also show compassion. For your kids and for those around you. You should also show humanitarian feelings as well, that you know you do not just care for your family, as I said earlier,
as well.
But you should they should see that you love other people, that you care for them, that you can offer things like a food, drink to people that are in need. So they start learning all these little things from you. And even when you are no longer there, they will say, oh, my mom used to do that. Even myself at this age, I think about the good things that my mom has done. So love, as I said, is important. But discipline, compassion, empathy, humanity, these are some of the qualities that you need to embrace.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Any take home for mothers in the house?
For mothers in the house, I would say love your child, love them as much as you can. Spend quality time with them, because that is also necessary.
Be present in their lives.
As she said earlier, I've got a daughter who just got engaged, and you know, marriage will come. Soon she'll be leaving the house. You know, the people normally talk about emptiness syndrome. But so spend quality time with your kids, because at times we are so caught up with work. And by the time you know your kid is going to uni or somewhere, so make time for your children. That is important. But also discipline them and tell them the right things to do. Show them what is the right. And you yourself be a good role model. You cannot say to your child, please don't drink and get drunk and become abusive, when you yourself are doing that. So be a good role model above all. So these are some of the tips.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Claudine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Drop your take homes. Remember to subscribe, and please appreciate our amazing guests. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Bye.
And I just pause.